Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Manchester Arena for Repeat or Revenge. July the 9th, here in the arena, and we believe it is going to be a terrific fight and unquestionably one of the most significant fights of the year. In Dusseldorf, when Tyson took the title, it was regarded by most as an enormous upset. Not, of course, to Tyson. Is it going to be the same again, or are we going to have a different outcome? Already enormous interest in this. Tickets are on sale and they're being snapped up very quickly, I'm told. They're available. Telephone number 044 847 8000 on Eventim, and they are available for prices £50 all the way up to £990. For Box Nation, clearly this is a terrific time. We have, I think, by common consent, the two most significant fights involving British fighters. We've got Amir Khan against Saul Alvarez coming up next weekend, which, if Amir pulls that off, would be a phenomenal achievement. That's going to be coming live from Las Vegas. And then on July the 9th, we have the World Heavyweight title, the one that we believe, and I think most people believe, is the true World Heavyweight title. Tyson Fury defending against one of the greats of recent years, indeed of all time, Wladimir Klitschko. Well, the people who are here, as you can see in front of you, starting from my left, Bernd Bonte, who's the CEO of the Klitschko Management Group. And then we have, of course, the former World Heavyweight Champion. He believes to be the next World Heavyweight Champion, Wladimir Klitschko. Frank Warren, the chairman of Box Nation. On this side of me, Mick Hennessy of Hennessy Sports, who is Tyson's promoter. We have Tyson, who is, let me get this right, the WBO, WBA Super, IBO, Ring Magazine and Linear World Heavyweight Champion. And his trainer, the man who came up with the strategy to engineer for Tyson, work with him and provide that terrific victory, Peter Fury, at the end of the line. So a chance, I think, for each to have a word for you individually. And let's start off with Frank. I said it was a terrific fight for Box Nation, and I think from a British perspective, Frank, biggest fight of the year.
Without doubt, it is, as you said, the real heavyweight championship of the world. Tyson Fury done fantastically to win the title. A lot of people, including myself, didn't feel he'd get the decision over there. He did it, and did it in style, and now he's here today defending, or will be defending his title in July against, as you said, one of the legends of modern boxing, Wladimir Klitschko. It is a tough fight. In my opinion, it's a fight that Wladimir has to change his style dramatically. If he does what he does last time, it'll be exactly the same result. So he knows what he's got to do. He's got to come and take the fight to Tyson. He can't do what he did last time. So I think you're going to see a different fight, an exciting fight, and one that I think the fans are going to really appreciate, especially the viewers on Box Nation. We're Box Nation are proud and delighted to be putting this fight out on pay-per-view and subscription, and we're looking forward, as I say, for you guys to be getting behind the event and giving it the credibility and the kudos that it deserves. The real heavyweight championship of the world.
Thank you, Frank. To my left, far left, is Bernd Bonte, who is the CEO, as I said, of the Klitschko Management Group, been alongside both Vitali and Wladimir for a great many years now. Bernd.
Yeah, thank you very much. Welcome also on behalf of Team Klitschko, and yeah, it's great to be here. And first of all, thank you to our main partners in this fight. First of all, Frank Warren and Box Nation. I think this is fantastic to be on this channel. We heard what kind of great fights are coming up on Box Nation, and Frank was very creative in putting a proposal to both sides, and we accepted it. And honestly, in, I would say, 2-3 hours.
Easily.
Yeah, easily. It was really a fantastic conversation we had and a great proposal. And also thanks to RTL, our German TV partner, who's broadcasting this fight again. And also thank you to this wonderful arena here, to James and his team. I was here in the 90s as a TV broadcaster, TV journalist for Frank's Nazim Hamed fights. And Eubank Thompson, I remember, then later Mike Tyson. This is one of the best arenas in the world to stage fantastic boxing fights. The atmosphere here, I remember very well, is absolutely great. And I'm pretty sure we have a sellout arena here. And yeah, the motto of this fight is repeat and revenge, or repeat or revenge. And the preconditions are completely different this time. Wladimir wants to show that he had just an off night. And Tyson, who showed a great performance in Düsseldorf, wants to show and prove that he's not only a one-hit wonder. So I think it's a great fight, a great fight night, and this fight night will be completely different than the last one. The interest is huge because at that time of the first fight, everybody thought, no heavyweight in the world has a chance against Wladimir Klitschko, and Tyson proved he was the better man that night, no doubt, and Wladimir wants to prove that he can turn the table this time. So looking forward to a great fight night, and looking forward to the support and cooperation with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bernd. Well, we'll hear from Wladimir in just a moment or two, but before then, gentlemen sitting on my right-hand side who has an interesting job. Mick Hennessy is Tyson's promoter.
Thanks, John. First and foremost, very, very proud to be sitting here amongst this great team to the right of me. We've done great things together. Very, very proud to be representing the best fighter on the planet, the linear champion, the Ring Magazine champion, the real champion, the only heavyweight champion in the world right now. It's a great honour. We are really expecting a fantastic night on July 9th. We're so delighted to have this fight in the UK and you know, the largest indoor arena in Europe. It's you know, it's what dreams are made of, to have a fight of this magnitude in the UK at a great arena. I really would like to thank Frank and Box Nation for really stepping up to the plate and being passionate about the best fight in heavyweight boxing, no question. This is the only real meaningful fight in heavyweight boxing, and you know, this is gonna find out once again who is the #1 heavyweight on the planet. And I know that Tyson Fury is just going to come on from being champion in Düsseldorf and absolutely make this a special occasion and silence all the doubters, because there's still doubters out there. We thought he'd done that in Düsseldorf, it never happened. So looking forward to a great event. I would say to the public, get in early with these tickets, because the reports we're having, they're absolutely flying out the door. These tickets are for the public. We brought it to the UK, and hope you can get in quick. Thank you.
Thank you, Mick. The other side of Tyson Fury is his uncle and his trainer, Peter Fury. Peter, a few words. You must still, after what happened in Düsseldorf, be a very, very proud man.
I am, and it was no like people try and play it down. I just want to talk of Wladimir himself, and you know, just what he's achieved in his career. To be a world champion, maintain it, hold it, train him day in, day out in camps, and maintain what he's achieved is phenomenal. You know, this is a linear super champion. You know, they try and play down things because Tyson's won, but Tyson's a very special talent. As I've always said for quite a few years now, and Tyson's achievement in Germany to beat somebody like Wladimir Klitschko was exceptional. This is by no means going to be an easy fight. This is a genuine 50-50 fight. First time he boxed, there was a few surprises. Wladimir didn't really know what to expect, although he analysed him on the videos. Getting Tyson Fury in front of you is a whole different ball game. Now he knows Wladimir will have made some adjustments, which rightly so he needs to do. And also Tyson Fury rather, has to make some adjustments. This second fight is going to be very exciting. It will be different than the first fight. Wladimir knows what he's got to do, so does Tyson. This is a super fight. This is the best heavyweight fight in the world. You know, this is on even grounds. You've got a linear super champion, proven, not somebody with padded records getting to the top. somebody that's fought the best, maintained the best. You know, it's almost a pity that they got to fight, because I'm a serious fan of him and his brother and what they've achieved, and they get the utmost respect from me. And I'm very proud to be able, with Mick Hennessy, Frank Warren, Box Nation, to bring this fight not only to the UK but to Manchester as well. And I will say Team Klitschko never hesitated in coming here. The negotiations has run smoothly and everybody's done a fantastic job. So on behalf of everybody involved, glad to be here, looking forward to July the 9th to get a super fight on, and I want to see an exciting fight myself. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter. Right, time now to concentrate on the two fighters. You heard Peter there speaking about Wladimir. Only Joe Louis, with 25 winning world title fights, has had more success in terms of numbers than Wladimir. 23 now, is it, Wladimir? And he is now, having been the champion for 11 years prior to the fight in Dusseldorf, he now has the unaccustomed role as challenger. Tell us your thoughts, Wladimir.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Good day, Manchester. This is my first time in this arena, and I've heard about a lot of matches happening here. So I'm really glad to perform here. This is my first time in a long time fighting back here on the British soil. In the past months, I was going through a lot of emotions, analyzing certain things, understanding. One thing that I can confirm, I made a mistake in the fight with Fury that was staged in Düsseldorf. And that mistake cost me titles. Of course, it's not so easy to fight a challenger with great skills that Fury has, obviously. Otherwise, he wouldn't take the titles. Aside from that, as many people out there, we're looking forward to have a champion that represents the sport in a certain way, in a good way, not certain way, in a good way. And also myself that I can look up to and say, you know what, he's doing a great job. I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with that. What comes out of Fury's mouth and statements that he's done. He's done a lot of statements that are disrespectful. For example, I will not say a lot, but I'll be very short in my speech. That all homosexual men and women and pedophiles belong to the same place, jail, basically. All the women belong in the kitchen and on their back. So that's basically where he sees Elton John and the Queen. To people that say and think the same way out there, and to you, Fury, I want to say, fuck off. Thank you.
Tyson, you have the right of reply. The stage is yours. What do you have to say to that?
Seems that Vladimir's found his bollocks from somewhere and swore. Fucking hell. Have a day off, Vlad, will you?
First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming. Does anybody else need a blowjob? Because thank you, cameraman. Thank you, MEN Arena, for having us. It's such a great day.
Pussy. What can I say? He got beat the first time, fair and square. Listen, he can make all the excuses.
I was having a bad day. My fingernail broke.
Who gives a shit what happened to your fingernails, right? You got beat fair and square the first time in Germany on your own turf, all your own stuff in front of all your own people on your own TV station, and you got whooped. Let's face it, you're gonna have to come about 1,000 times better because you landed about 4 shots in 12 rounds, mate. And that, to me, you might be gonna go down as a Hall of Fame fighter, but you're a Hall of Dog Shit fighter in my eyes. Yeah, because if a super champion can't land on a big fat lazy jippo with a loud mouth, what type of a super champion is he? He must be a shit one. So the reason why he was so victorious in 11 years is because he never fought anybody who had a pair of bollocks to fight back. He always fought men who didn't want to win. He was turning up for the money. But when Team Fury bowled through the doors in Germany, he knew that he couldn't get away with his cheating antics. He's cheating with his ring, the gloves, so many bullshit things that he had to do to try and win. But as soon as that went down, he knew he couldn't win. Because when it's fair and square, he can't win. Simple. And the outcome of this fight is going to be different. I'm going to knock him outside a round. So there we are. Just to show how shit he really is. And I know no 40-year-old born from his mother can beat Tyson Fury, 27. Boom. Enough said.
Questions from the floor shortly, but before then, Wladimir, you've made some of your thoughts very clearly known there, but just talking actually about the fight, you talk about mistakes and how you can maybe improve this time, and defeat is going to make you a better fighter. What do you do this time that you didn't do last time?
I will knock Tyson Fury out.
How does that happen? I mean, you barely threw a right hand for what, 9 rounds? What happens differently this time?
Listen, I will not lose my words here. I will knock Tyson Fury out. Period.
Right, a chance for everybody out there to ask your questions. We have got microphones which are coming out, so please make your presence known. The guys are here, and we'll one up on the left there, Richard. Press and media only, please. Press and media only. The guys are here, and as you've heard, they're prepared to answer in a fairly forthright manner. Can you identify yourself when you make your question and take it from there?
Yeah, hi, I'm Helen from Irish Radio. Wladimir, I'd like to put it to you. You won consecutive matches for the last 10 or so years. Tyson went to your home turf. My question is, I'm wondering, you had extra foam in the ring. You had your hands wrapped prior to Team Fury coming in to have a look. Did you, and none of the media focused on this, and I think if Tyson Fury had done that in Manchester when you came over, if he had cheated with the ring, the press, the BBC, the Guardian, whoever they are, they would have had it on the front pages of the newspapers. But because it's you, Wladimir, and it's similar to, I think, Floyd Mayweather in America, who gets away with a lot of stuff. My question is, would you have won, previous to Tyson, the real heavyweight champion of the world, for those who love boxing and love honesty in sport like I do? Would you have won in the last 10 years if you hadn't extra sponge in the ring, if you hadn't been challenged, if your hand wraps hadn't been challenged, and all the other petty little things? That, for a man who's boxing, shouldn't have been afraid to box without cheating. So my question is, did you win a lot of fights with those cheats that have been going on until Tyson confronted and exposed everything? And I'd like the media as well, those who are writing honestly about sports, focus on that side of it.
Interesting
Fair
question.
play to you. That's the best question I've ever heard. Fair play, Irish Radio. Takes an Irish person to be truthful, doesn't it? And ask the right questions. Good on you.
Your question is nonsense. I will not give you any comments that I cannot wrap my hands, and the corner cannot check it out, and all the officials regarding the ring mat as well. So that tree is gonna fall down hard because he's tall, and all the safeties are out there for the fighters to protect their hands and heads and the rest. So I'm not giving any comments on the nonsense question. Thank you.
These are
Could we have,
questions from the press, please, gentlemen and ladies?
If you wish to ask a further question, could you raise your hand, please? Okay, up at the back here, Richard.
Come down.
We can't hear you, Gareth Russell Crowe. Turn the mic on, you idiot.
Gareth Davis of the Daily Telegraph. No.
No. You don't need to hold the mic because it's not working. Well, as I'm a historian on heavyweight boxing, I'll give you a historian answer, Russell Crowe. Right? Did Larry Holmes change his style at 36 or 37 when he lost his titles to Michael Spinks the first time? He didn't change his style because he couldn't. He was only ever going to do the same thing. So if the great Larry Holmes can't do it, how can the great Klitschko do it? Impossible. You can't teach old dogs new tricks. Simple.
And do you think that some... Oh, hello.
Yes, you're there now. Happy days.
And do you think if he does come out and try and fight you in a different way, that it will play into your hands?
Most definitely, because Vladimir's not a fighter. As I said before, in all the build-up, no matter what I said came true. And I'll tell you it all once again, he's a manufactured, built-up boxer. So when you've got a manufactured boxer, he ain't a natural fighting man like me, yeah? He can't change his style, so if he wants to come and have a dogfight in the middle of the ring, well, he's asking the right man, isn't he, to do that? So I highly doubt, though. But he could come and give it his last hurrah, like I'll have a few swings and I'll take one and go over. So don't be surprised if that does happen. If he does come out swinging to give it his last go for a few rounds, I'll just chin him, won't I? Simple.
Wladimir, could you respond to that as well, please?
Is it Nostradamus sitting here on the right side of me, speaking that he knows life and boxing and all of this?
Sort of,
I highly
yeah.
doubt.
Sort of.
I didn't
Because
ask you.
my grandmother was a gypsy
I
and she
didn't
read
ask
fortunes. And I can read you like a book because you're
Just
a collier.
listen what I'm
That's
gonna
why.
say.
Right? I told you the first time you was
whatever-
going to pull out.
whatever is
The
gonna
next
be
day and you
said,
did.
I
Then I
will
told you I was
not
going to outbox
like-
you, make you look daft in Germany. And I
I
did.
will not
So I must be
hear
a
you out.
Nostradamus, mustn't I? You couldn't knock a wank out, mate. Never mind me. How are you going to knock me out? You've got to hit me to knock me out, haven't you? Have you not watched the fight backwards? You hit me about 3 times in 12 rounds. You can't land any punches. So if you overextend yourself or try, I'll knock you out. So be my guest. Any more questions for Wladimir?
Hi, I've got a question for Tyson. It's Ben Myers from the New Statesman.
Well, thank you, Ben.
You told some of us earlier that you were planning on emigrating to America.
Yes, that's right.
And that this was going to be your last fight in Britain.
Yeah,
Can you,
that's
can you
right.
confirm that? And also whether it's important to you that if it is your last fight in Britain, that it's here in Manchester. Okay.
Uh-oh, someone's in trouble.
I wasn't told it was embargoed.
Go on, Russell Crowe, hit him.
John. Anybody else, please? Yes, got another one down here.
Michael Gaffney, TalkSport. Question for Wladimir. Do you feel you owe it to the integrity of the boxing game, the boxing sport, that you put Tyson, given what you've said about his views, back into his place and take the belts off him?
Could you repeat that again?
I'm sorry, I didn't get it.
Do you feel you owe it to the integrity of the sport of boxing that you beat Tyson, given the views that he's expressed that you've talked about previously?
Am I upset about it? I mean, I think I did say it. I said what I said, and you know what? It's definitely something that affects sweet science and boxing has a certain image. And I would like to see boxing as suicide with a good image that everybody can follow, get into the ring, get their emotions in the gloves and the fists, and just be an athlete and be respectful.
Another question, please.
Vladimir, got a question for you. Sorry. What makes you believe after losing Germany in front of, you could argue it's like a second home to you, where everybody's loved you, but you can beat Tyson in Britain on pretty much his own patch where most of the fans are going to be his?
Well, I'm expecting when I'm going to walk in this arena that most of the fans are going to be for Tyson Fury, and this is his hometown. This is his home, his arena, so to say. I'm actually very happy that this fight, this revenge, is going to be staged here and not in Germany, Ukraine, or the US. I love the matter of fact, and this is matter of fact that all the fans are going to be on his side. I know I have hardcore Klitschko fans, which are also going to be here. But you know what? The majority is obviously at this place going to be rooting for Fury. I will have definitely more motivation than I ever had, especially to fight at the home base of my opponent.
Tyson, I've got one for you as well now. If you was able to land even more combos than what you did in Germany, do you reckon you'd get that knockout in this fight?
Well, I can answer that. Educated or uneducated, which answer do you want to know?
Give us both.
Uneducated, don't really care. Educated, still don't care. No, listen, Vlad didn't take any chances in Germany. So if a man don't come to fight and land his own punches, how can I counter him and knock him out? He knew not to throw too many shots anyway, so that's why he didn't throw them. He can make a million excuses now and say this and that, what if, maybe, but in hindsight, you need to have punches thrown at you to be able to counter and take a man out. He didn't want to take the risks. I was a challenger. He didn't want to hold on to his belts really, did he? Because I didn't see round 10, 11, 12. He didn't come out swinging, did he? He came out jabbing and grabbing. He held me for 60% of the full fight. And did the referee say anything? No, he didn't. Did anyone say anything? No, he didn't. Did he get any points took off for holding? No, he didn't. Did he get any points took off for intentionally headbutting me in the face? And the referee saw it and went like that? No, he didn't. So there was a lot of things that didn't happen, and he didn't throw any punches. That's one of them, actually. So let's hope when he comes to England that he is going to take a risk. He is out of his comfort zone. He is a psychologically weak person, so he is out of his comfort zone here. Let's make it as hostile as possible for a foreigner coming over here to try and take my belts, and let him be quaking in his boots like a little girl, because he is a psychological wreck. And he's lost his titles already, so imagine what he's going to be like. He was shitting himself before the first fight. As a challenger, some big fat man, he couldn't fight for England. So now I've took his belts off him, easy. What's he going to be like now when he comes over here? He's thinking, he's at the top of them stairs thinking, oh my God, I've got to go in that ring again with this idiot. Where the punch is going to come from, I don't know. What's he going to do? We'll find out. Probably hold me, jab and grab me, like he always has done. End of.
Tyson, you've brought the IBF title with you. Do you still see that as being your belt?
Where's that question from? I can't see you.
Up here, Tyson. You brought the IBF title with you. Do you still see you being as the title holder?
Still can't.
As the holder of that belt?
Well, I didn't lose it, did I?
No.
So
Someone else holds it now.
Yeah, well, I've got it. Whatever other belts are going around, it's a replica. Because I didn't lose my belt. It's a chocolate version that the other person's got. You know, I've read a lot of shit in the papers actually that Tyson didn't want to fight, he's mandatory. Tyson couldn't fight, he's mandatory. End of. Or else I took that idiot out in 1 round, 30 seconds. So obviously I've still got my belt, it's right here, and it's for everyone to see. And it's mine, it's original. So whatever other belts are floating around, the snides, knockoff, not real.
Hi, I've got a question, and I'm here by the way. It's for Vladimir. To me, you seem more focused on Tyson's opinions outside of the ring and his views. I'm more concerned on what goes on in the ring, and I think everybody else is. And the lady over there from Irish Radio, she asked you a question. I'm more concerned about the fact of wrapping rings, making the wrapping gloves, making the boxing ring like a playpen for your comfort. And there's a lot of historic things going on now in law, politics, sex, whatever. And if I was your ex-contestants, I would be coming back to claim your titles off you. They should be stripped off you, as far as I'm concerned, because no doubt you'll have done this before.
There's no statements here, they're questions.
Well, I'm making a statement too, but the question is, are you going to try to do the same thing again then, when you come over here?
That won't be happening because over here is under British Boxing Board of Control regulations, and the ring and wrapping the hands will be done under their jurisdiction.
Okay, thank you.
Good question, by the way.
Thank you, Tyson.
It was amazing.
Anybody else? The floor is yours. Anybody got any questions to ask? Yeah. One up at the back with the guy with the laptop. Carry on.
Hi, it's John O'Regan, BoxingScene.com and Vox Media. First question for Tyson.
Yeah.
You went to Dusseldorf, Klitschko's second home, very intimidating atmosphere. If you could just tell us, there's a two-part question. First of all, what was on your mind and how you felt walking out into that Dusseldorf arena on essentially Klitschko's home turf? And secondly, what you think it's going to feel like for him when he walks out into this arena on your home turf?
To be honest, I'm not mentally unstable, so it was just a fight to me, and there were fans there to see a fight, so it wasn't a daunting task like going to the guillotine or knowing I'm going to get a bullet in the brain or something. It was a boxing match that I knew I could win. So however many thousand was there, they didn't really mean anything, to be honest. It didn't really faze me. I had one thing on my mind, and that was relieving Klitschko of his titles, and I'd done that. Considering Wladimir is a mentally unstable person, then he'll be frightened coming here. 20,000 people in this arena, and let's face it, it's an indoor arena, so 20,000 seems like 60,000. So I think he'll be quaking in his boots before he even gets in there. A bit like, what's he called, Michael Spinks when he fought Mike Tyson. A bit like that. Hopefully it goes the same way.
Thanks a lot. Second question, Wladimir, you in your opening statement, you took Tyson to task for some things that he'd said. You didn't like comments that Tyson had made. You said that you want a heavyweight champion that people can look up to, but you then told him to fuck off. So, how do you reconcile the two? It wasn't the classiest thing to say as an opening statement, I think.
There are not many people looking up to Tyson Fury. Maybe some here in the audience of his friends, but I'm definitely not, as many people too. So whatever was said here from Tyson Fury is going to be said, and comments and all of the stuff. It's gonna be put an end on 9th of July. And you know what? I will feel great walking into the ring, in this arena, if you would ask me this question. Thank you.
Any more?
Hi, I'm Shabazz from...
Carry on, carry on.
All right, I'm Shabazz from SKTV UK, and I've got a question for Tyson. I've heard a few interviews of yours where you say your ultimate dream was obviously to be #1. So my question to you is, if you do beat Vlad, where do you go from here?
I'm already #1, so regardless if I beat him or not, I've already beat him, so I'm probably down, I don't know. Where do I go from here? To look for some more big fights, take on whoever else is out there. You know, there's not much else I can do, is there? I've already wiped out the man who nobody thought could get beat, so I've already done the unthinkable, and I'm just looking at these little prizes here. concrete that I did do the job. Yeah, not much more I can do really. I can beat him and I can beat up a few more bums, and that's it really. It's just boxing, isn't it?
Yeah, I've just got one more question for you as well.
Go on.
The talk of the town is when you're going to fight Anthony Joshua.
Right. When am I going to fight him?
Yeah.
Well, considering we're not here to talk about someone else with a plastic belt, we're not going to answer that question because it's an insult really, isn't it, to mention someone like that. So just going to move on from that. Thank you. Thank you for the questions anyway.
Any more, please? Yeah, one down here.
This is a question to both of you. Does this fight cement your legacy in boxing? Vladimir, you can become a 3-time heavyweight world champion. Tyson, you stay undefeated, and there's some big clashes out for you to unify all the belts.
Well, I'm on a mission. I've been doing this sport for a very long time, and I'm looking forward to this revenge. It's challenging, means fun to me. Totally different feeling than I had for many years. So I'm actually having a lot of fun right now, and I will have even more on July 9th.
Tyson?
What was the question again? I forgot.
Does this fight mean anything for your legacy? You stay undefeated and then you can go unify the division against Wilder, Joshua, or whoever.
Legacies. What do they really mean? You won a few fights, you were successful at what you've done. I'm more a big believer in being what you are now, an active, whatever you are, active in fashion person. So I'm not really too interested in leaving a legacy, because legacies mean you're obviously retired, or you're past your best, or you're an has-been. So that doesn't really mean a lot to me. What does mean a lot to me is, you know, not even boxing, that don't mean a lot to me. Because if it did mean a lot to me, then I wouldn't go into camp 4 stone overweight, would I? And I wouldn't have had every pie in Lancashire and drunk every pint of beer in the UK. So clearly it doesn't mean anything to me. And Vladimir says he's excited, he's motivated, he's happy, he's enjoying himself. Well, I can tell you I ain't. I hate every second of it. And I wish I wasn't a boxer. But, you know, I'm in this position and I'm going to do it. So I hate every second of it. I hate every second of training. I hate the boxing. I hate the lot. I hate speaking to all you idiots. I hate the lot. I don't want to be here. I'd rather be at home with the kids watching television. You know, I'd rather be at home eating some chocolate and eating some sweets than be here talking about boxing. I hate boxing, put it that way. But I'm just too fucking good at it to stop, and I'm making too much money. So, you know, how can I stop right now? Because it'd be daft, wouldn't it? Easy money to be made over knocking over a few bums. Something I'd do anyway. So it is what it is. So I'm not motivated for the fight. Vladimir, if he wants to come and win it, he's got to knock me out, and he's simple. But obviously I'm going to be in the other corner and I'll be fighting back. So it is what it is. I hope he has a great camp. I hope he has the best camp of his life. I hope he winds the clock back 30 years. And I hope he puts me into next week. Then I won't have to do it again, will I? I can retire then happy and get fat and then put my feet up and watch the kids. And me and Paris can go on loads of holidays and enjoy what we've done until we get old and then die. Then you can bury me and say, yeah, Tyson was a world champion. And what? Then what? There's plenty of people dead who's been champions or successful in their life. And, you know, only the loved ones and family really remember them. When Klitschko's finished, just another bare bum in the show with a few belts at home. He ain't nothing special. As I always said, everyone thought he was like Superman or something. But clearly he ain't. He's just a normal person, blood and bone. And at the end of the day, we all got to get old. And it's a shithole world, isn't it? Because, you know, life is a bitch and then you marry one. Excuse me, Paris. You know, getting old is horrible, isn't it? Klitschko is getting old, whether he likes it or not. 40, he's getting in time for the carpet slippers and the rocking chair. You know, not quite yet, but after the fight, then he'll be time to go into politics, whatever he's going to do. And then the chapter turns to the next story. What do I do after I beat the great Klitschko? The great person who nobody thought they could lose to. He's a bit like the Trojans, isn't he? The Klitschkos are like the Trojans, thought they were unbeatable until it took a bit of brains and then come over and done them in secretly. Sniped the titles away. So yeah, it is what it is. Boxing is what it is. There's plenty of boxers out there, plenty of fighters and plenty of trainers. Did he enjoy it? I don't know. Do I enjoy it? Definitely not. But I do it to get paid and to enjoy my life and to provide a future for my kids. So if that's a bad thing, then I'm a bad person. And Vladimir's a great person, because he's obviously earned a lot more money than I have, so credit to him. People do these sports for different reasons. Wladimir clearly does it because he loves it. It's not a money thing for Vlad, because he's already a multi. And it's not a quick flash in the pan, something he's interested in, a hobby, because he's doing it until he's 40 and he's been fighting all his life. So it's obviously something that he loves to do. And when you're like that, you're capable of anything. So going into a fight with a man who's capable of anything, who loves training, even at 40 and even when he's rich, loves training, loves killing himself, lives living a strict lifestyle, he's a dangerous opponent, because I don't live a strict lifestyle. I don't even live an athlete's lifestyle. It's an absolute disgrace to call me an athlete. You couldn't call me an athlete. Absolutely not. I'll have to show you what the athlete looks like. This is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. There you go. Does that look like a fighter's body? Clearly not. Do I give a fuck? No. Have a look. Fat man. That's who beat you. Shame on you, my friend. Shame on you. You let a fat man beat you. Yeah? So, you know, a fat man's beat him and relieved him of all his belts. I don't take boxing seriously, as you can tell. I don't care about boxing. It's mainly about getting a few quid and putting the food on the table. That's it. That's your professional, and if that's all a professional can do, then God help us all. Because what's the point in practicing your job for 40 years if you can't beat a fat man? So, credit to him if he can beat me in the rematch. This time he beat a fat man. Boom! How's that?
So Tyson.
Respect, man. You want to see some love handles? There you go. You want to see some belly fat? There you go. But can I fight? Yes. Does it matter what a pit bull looks like? Does it fuck? He's going to fight. Fat as a pig, 30 stone, I can beat him here and now. How's that?
Well, what if he beats
you?
you?
It's not fighting the dog, it's a dog in the fight.
Well, what if he
Or the
beats
other
you,
way around.
Tyson?
So there we have it. That's your professional talk. A lot of bollocks.
How do you follow that? Any more questions?
Wladimir, response to that?
With a big smile on my face.
Oh yeah, and by the way, if you want some tips from a fat man, obviously hit the body, because I've been losing a lot of weight, so if you want to slow me down in between rounds, work the body. It's called sweet science. I don't know if you know about it. You talk about it a lot, but you clearly don't know nothing about it. So yeah, whack the body, chop the trunk down, and the tree will fall. That's all my advice, Vlad. I'd say, if you was going to beat me, Vlad, you'd have to hit the body first, and then work downstairs and upstairs with fast combinations. You ain't never going to land single shots on me, because I'm too slippery for that. Yeah, so that's what you got to do. Upstairs, downstairs, combos. But are you going to do that? I don't think so. And if he goes to the body, that leaves him wide open for overhand shots and up the middle, so there's the counteraction for all that. Whatever a fighter can throw or do, I can adapt to it. So it is what it is. Fat man is quite knowledgeable on his game, because that's why I'm fat and I don't need to turn up in shape, because I can always win some way or the other. This seems like the Tyson Fury press conference, doesn't it? Everyone just turned up to hear me talk, didn't they? I'm like a performing monkey, aren't I? Every single press conference, every single press event, every single time I'm on the camera, music plays, silent music, and Tyson Fury performs. Like one of them rattlesnakes in India when he got around like that to the music, or a dancing monkey, or a dancing elephant or something. I am really a joke, aren't I? We'll tell the truth. When you think about it, really, it is quite funny, isn't it? Because every single time I play to be the bad guy, the villain, the outlaw, the outcast, the person who don't care, every single media event and all that. So it is what it is, isn't it? People obviously like to see that. Some people don't like it, but majority of them do, don't they, Coog? Because if I do shit interviews and that, and just say yes or no, and I will break you, and all that stuff, then nobody tunes in, do they? And you don't get paid. So I do this for you, Coogan. That's what we're doing for.
Thank you. God bless you.
Good man.
More questions, anybody? Or have we finished?
Question for Wladimir. Win or lose, are you going to retire?
Is this your last fight, is the question?
Question denied. I'm enjoying myself, as I told you, and I've been fighting for the past probably 10 years, and I was planning from fight to fight, not more than that.
Okay, I think that's probably about where we leave it. Just a reminder, tickets are on sale, and I'll tell you again, it's Eventim who are doing the sales. Price is 50 quid up to 990 for ringside. 0844 847 8000. July the 9th, repeat or revenge, here in the Manchester Arena. I think it's going to be interesting.
Either way, I'm going to get paid. Whoa, Manchester! Peter's not going to be very happy, I believe so.
TV interviews now. Vladimir's going to stay on the stage for those, and Tyson over on that side.
If you guys haven't already done so, make sure you download the Behind the Gloves app. It's free, and it features really cool stuff like a fight calendar that reminds you of all the upcoming fights, and it allows for you to, with one click, to remind yourself directly to your phone. And it also features 24/7 breaking news that's going on in boxing. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that and subscribe to this channel.